to dance across the countryside. And anyone who dances across the countryside will outwit and outtime the jogger. I don't know if any of you witnessed the World Cup in soccer last year on television. It was won by the Brazilian team. And I have never seen such soccer. That's not the way they taught us to play it in school. As the sports writer in the London Times put it, they danced their way to victory. Because the whole thing was like very fine basketball, where instead of being this sort of tough pushing to victory, they were lilting with the ball and the most incredible teamwork of subtle passing, bouncing it off almost any part of the body with a capacity to give it direction, with one's back, with one's shoulder, with one's hip, anything, head. It was a beautiful art and a magnificent spectacle. But you see, we are not taught to do things that way, because we are taught that life is serious and therefore must be done in an efficient way, but according to Euclidean ideas of efficiency. In ancient times, when people worked, they used to sing. Hardly anybody sings anymore, except at a performance of some kind, or sing a hymn in church, or something like that. Imagine a bank teller singing as they were counting out the money. Oh, the king was in his counting house, counting out the money, 5, 10, and 20, 30, 40, 50, you know. Why not? What would happen if you were confronted by a singing bank teller? You would complain to the management and say, this is money, it's very serious. And they could sing about it, everything will go wrong. Can you imagine a stockbroker's working song? I have seen people. I was once had my shoe shined by a Negro boy in a New York subway. That was a most extraordinary performance. You know? And he was swinging. And imagine, supposing you were a bus driver, and instead of thinking, you know, most people when they drive a bus and through city traffic, they are cursing and swearing and being angry and fighting the clock all the way through town. Well, it's a disaster. But imagine driving a bus with the idea that going from here to there, the point wasn't to get there, but the point was to go. And dancing that bus through the streets with a very, very skillfully accurate traffic dodging. And when you get to a stoplight and there's a jam, you play a little tune on the horn. Or you pass jokes to the cab driver near you. Or you play with the passengers. See, anything can be turned into juggling, into playing with balls. That's why we say have a ball. So this bus driver is swinging through the streets, and he prides himself in the marvel of his terpsichorean art. But people don't do that, because work is not supposed to be pleasant, because you get paid for it. You're not supposed to get paid for enjoying yourself. See, that's what I do, because I think I'm smart. I talk to you not because I think I'm doing you any good, but because I like talking about these things. And if you pay me for it, then I make my living. It's as simple as that. So I'm a sort of philosophical entertainer. But that's the point, that the transformation of work is swinging it. And the curse of work that came in the story of Genesis, you see, work became a curse because the tree of knowledge was the knowledge not of good and evil in the ordinary sense, but of the advantageous and the disadvantageous. The words in Hebrew refer to the art of metallurgy. That's where the trouble begins. When we use technology